friends, my name is Kayla Rayne, and today we're going back to Hogwarts with the Harry Potter Spells book tag. So it is September 1st, which means there are students on their way to Hogwarts right now on the Hogwarts Express. So I thought that it was very fitting that I incorporated that into my channel somehow, because you guys know how I feel about Harry Potter. Expecto Patronum, a book that is connected to really great childhood memories, and I am going to have to go with The Secret Garden by Frances Hodgson Burnett. I absolutely love this book. I have such fond memories of reading this as a child, especially because my aunt introduced it to me, and I just really love thinking back on the different books that my family members have introduced me to, and it just gives me all the warm fuzzy feelings and makes me feel really awesome. Expelliarmus, a book that took you by surprise, and I'd have to say The Martian by Andy Weir, because I don't typically like books set in space. They're just not really my thing, but this one I really enjoyed and actually just tore through in one sitting because I liked it that much. Prior Encanto, the last book that you read, and that was City of Bones by Cassandra Clare. That was the last book I read. Alohomora, a book that introduced you to a genre that you had not previously considered, and that is definitely A Great and Terrible Beauty by Lubba Bray. I had never considered reading historical fiction with a paranormal aspect because I didn't really know that I'd like paranormal stuff, so when I read this when I was in high school, I got hooked, and now I love it. Ridiculous, a funny book that you've read, and that is definitely You Deserve a Drink by Mamrie Hart. I really enjoyed this book. I laughed a lot while I was reading it, and though it is quite raunchy humor, if you enjoyed her YouTube show You Deserve a Drink, then you will definitely enjoy this book. Sonorous, a book that you think everyone should read. Guys, of course it's going to be The Cure for Dreaming by Kat Winters. Have you been to my channel? Obliviate, a book that you wish you could forget reading, or a spoiler that you wish you could forget hearing. And I don't know that I've ever been terribly spoiled on something, and I don't know that I've ever read a book that I hated so much I wish I could forget reading it, so I don't really have an answer for this one. Imperio, a book that you had to read for school, and the book that I remember distinctly having to read for school and really analyze was To Kill a Mockingbird by Harper Lee, and this is also one of my favorite books that I read for school, so threw that one in there. Crucio, a book that was painful to read, and I have to go with Starcursed by Jessica Spotswood because the ending of that book just crushed me. It was so hard to read, and I am just so thankful that I had the next book ready to go so I could figure out what happened, because oh my god, like that was a rough ending. That was a really rough ending. And finally, Avada Kedavra. I didn't want to say it too loud and accidentally curse anyone watching. So a book that could kill, and I have to go with Mockingjay by Suzanne Collins because this is probably one of the most painful books I've ever read. My book hangover for Mockingjay was worse than my book hanger for Harry Potter and the Deathly Hallows, which I've been following for years. Because that book, Mockingjay, ends with no hope and happiness. So that has been it for today's tag. I'm going to go ahead and tag Trina from Between Chapters, and I also want to go ahead and tag Raoul from Latin Lector. So if you guys want to do this tag, feel free. If not, like, no worries, it's kind of an old tag, but I love Harry Potter, so I had to do it. I will leave links in the down bar below, including the original creator of this tag, links to the lovely channels that I mentioned, and also places where you could follow me further if you want to, like Goodreads, Instagram, and Twitter. So that'll all be down there. As always, thank you so much for watching. Stay weird.